How do I avoid comparing my purpose with someone else's? Why does someone else's calling make me question my own? Comparison is one of the fastest ways to drain joy from purpose. We don't usually compare because we're arrogant. We compare because we're insecure, because we're unsure, because purpose unfolds slowly and someone else's life looks clearer, louder, or more advanced than ours. We see someone else thriving, building, creating, succeeding, and suddenly we ask, why not me? Did I miss something? Am I behind? Am I doing life wrong? But Scripture is very clear about this. Comparison is a distraction, not a measurement. John 21 gives us a powerful example. After Jesus restores Peter, he tells him what his future will look like. Peter then looks at John and asks, "What about him?" Jesus responds simply, "What is that to you? You follow me." John 21:22. That sentence alone dismantles comparison. God does not call people in batches. He calls them individually, and he does not measure your life against someone else's assignment. Here are the truths that free us from comparison. 1. Your purpose is tailored to your formation. You are not behind. You are being formed. God uses your personality, your wounds, your experiences, your failures, your healing, your temperament, and your story to shape a calling that fits you. Comparing your path to someone else's is like comparing prescriptions. What heals one person could harm another. God's design for you is specific, not generic. 2. You only see the highlight reel, not the hidden cost. You see the result. You don't see the sacrifice. You see the fruit. You don't see the years of pruning. Many people envy outcomes without understanding the price paid to get there. Galatians 6:4-5 says, "Each one should test their own actions, for each will have to carry their own load." You are not called to carry someone else's load or replicate their life. 3. Comparison confuses assignment. When you compare, you stop listening. You try to borrow someone else's strategy. You chase outcomes God never asked you to pursue. Comparison shifts your focus from obedience to performance, but purpose is not competitive. There is no shortage in God's kingdom. Romans 12:4-6 reminds us that the body has many parts, each with different functions. A hand is not behind because it isn't an eye. A foot is not failing because it isn't a mouth. Your difference is not deficiency. 4. Comparison reveals where identity needs strengthening. When comparison triggers jealousy, discouragement, or self-doubt, it's not proof that you're failing. It's information. It shows where your identity has drifted from God to performance. Your worth does not come from how visible your purpose is. It comes from who you belong to. Luke 10:20 reminds us, "Do not rejoice that the spirits submit to you, but rejoice that your names are written in heaven." Identity first, purpose second. 5. Purpose unfolds at God's pace, not the world's timeline. Some people run early, some walk slow, some prepare long, some launch quickly, but everyone is on God's timing, not a universal schedule. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time." Comparison says, "I'm late." Faith says, "I'm on time." Here's the practice that breaks comparison. Return your focus to God daily. Ask Him what obedience looks like today. Do the next faithful thing. Comparison fades when intimacy increases, because when you are close to God, you don't need to measure yourself against anyone else. You already know who you are, and you already know who you're following. Comparison fades when obedience becomes your focus.